everyone, welcome to this video. This will be a quick tutorial how to add basements to existing houses in your game in The Sims 2. Couple of days ago I got a comment from my viewer which was asking me how to add basements to existing houses which were made by EA or Maxis, so I'm gonna show you in this video how to do it. I have another video on my channel which is explaining how to create basements in The Sims 2, but that video is only valid if you are building your house on your own and you can start from scratch with empty lot. As you can see, I am in Veronaville and we are working with this house which was created in the game by Maxis. First very important information that you need to know is that you can add basements to houses which have foundations. I didn't find a way how to add a basement to the house which is already built and it doesn't have a foundation. And I have tried some ways how to do it with cheats, but it wasn't working in any reliable way. So at this point I can only show you a way how to add basements to the houses with foundations. Once you will enter the house that you want to add the basement to, you have to go to the very lowest floor. So make sure that you are at this level and this button is grayed out. Make sure that you can only see the outline of the foundation and you are at this level where you can see the terrain. We will go to build mode and then we will go to this terrain tool. And once you're here, select option to manipulate with the terrain, which goes down, which is this icon, lower terrain tool. And I'm gonna choose the smallest possible size. In the original video where I was explaining how to create basements, I am saying that you should not enclose the foundation and you should just make the outline with one square which is empty to be able to manipulate with the terrain. I was not exactly right about that because you can still manipulate with the terrain even if the foundation is very enclosed. But you have to be sure that you are manipulating with the terrain which is not really close to the foundation. So at this point it's better to work with a terrain which is in the middle, let's say like here. So now I'm gonna start to lower the terrain and ideal depth is 12 clicks. I did zoom in so you can see it better and I'm gonna move to the left and I'm gonna click again 12 times. I will repeat this process for this square and for this one as well. So I'm creating a square which is at the depth of 12 clicks. Once I have this depth, I'm gonna take this terrain tool, which is called level terrain tool, and I'm gonna click at this lowest point, and from there I'm going to drag around. What I will try to avoid is to work too close to the foundation, because if I will go all the way to it like this, it will create a weird gap from the outside of the house. So I'm going back and then I'm gonna drag this tool only to the one square, so I leave one square away from the foundation, and that way you can see that I didn't create any weird slope from the outside. So at this point, I'm gonna lower the terrain in this middle part. And I'm gonna check right now if I'm at the correct depth of the basement. And we will do that with a classic wall. Because what is really important is that the depth of our basement has to be at the wall height, as your Sims will be able to walk in the basement. If it wasn't the correct height, the game would not allow you to create a wall here. As you can see, I'm not restricted from that. So this is a good sign. I'm gonna extend it and use all the space here. I'm gonna show you what would happen in case that you were not at the right height, or probably better to say at the right depth. So this square is approximately 8 clicks deep. I'm gonna make a little bit bigger space around and I'm gonna try to create a wall. And it says it's covered by floor tile. That shows you that we are not deep enough to build the wall there, so you have to go deeper if this appears on your screen. Back to our basement. Right now I created a quite small basement here. But I could continue and I could make the entire space a basement which is inside of the foundation. So in theory, I could literally have all of this space here and here as a basement. I'm just trying to avoid those edges, as I said before. So if you want a really big basement, I can extend it here. I'm gonna delete this. And I don't like how this foundation here goes down because of this square being low. So I'm going to fix it with this leveling tool again. And I'm gonna click here because this is the place where I want to fix the foundation. And as you can see, it's back to its original level. And this is what you will see if you will be playing in your game in the basement level, if you will have walls up. So this is what we are working with. It's a little bit restrictive because you can see the foundations around, but that's the only way how to have the basement in The Sims 2. Just a little tip for you, you can see that I'm missing like frames of the windows here. It's a glitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way up. And I'm going to click the buy mode. And you can see that all the frames and doors are back again. I don't know if that happens because we are manipulating with the terrain below. It happened to me in the past, so this is just a way around it. But back to our basement. Now we have to add the staircases to get the access there. So I'm gonna have a look here where I think it would be the most appropriate to have the entrance. Because we are working with a limited space, I guess that the spiral staircase is probably the best bet to fit it somewhere. And still keep some space. And this is how it looks like upstairs. And let's say that I don't want to have the access like this. I want to have it as a room. So I'm just going to close this. And we will place the door here. And I'm also going to put the fence there. So this is the entrance to our basement. Once we have the entrance, we can add the floor to the basement. Let's say that I'll choose these tiles. You can paint the walls the way you want it, and you can also do it from the outside to give it a unified look. But this is completely up to you. You can basically work with that like with another level at this point. It's completely up to you how you will use your basement, if it's gonna be the extension of the living space or if it's just gonna be a place where you will put all the clutter of your Sims. And now we will just have to playtest if our basement is working. And as you can see, everything is working as intended. My Sims can use the basement and access everything. I hope this video was helpful, and if you will have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider to subscribe. Like this video, you can hype it or share it if you want to. And if you want to know how to build the basements from scratch for empty lots, I will link you my video to the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will see you soon in some of my other videos. Bye!